Hello, hello. Hopefully you can hear me all well and fine. Let me just check everything is working good. That looks okay there. Let me just pop over here, make sure it's working all good over here as well. Going live at a slightly different time just to see how things work out. Hopefully you guys are all well and you can hear me okay. Is this me now? It's not saying. All right. He says he's forgot to press his button. And we should be live. Hopefully all will be well. Let me just check on here. That's me there. That is me there. Just give that a quick refresh. Oh, there it says Grant Saunders is live. Hello. Hopefully you're all well. Let me just copy this. Pop this in here. Paste. Connect. We are connected. All is well with the world. How are we all? Let me know where you're watching from. Get in the comments section. Let's get some engagement going. Let's have a good chat. Move tab to new window. That's the one. That's the one. Scroll you down here as well. So we can pop you in the corner there. No one puts baby in the corner, so they say. There you are. How you doing? Yeah. Just finished an interesting stream. Let me just check I've got sound. Yeah, just finished. There we go. That was a bit high pitched, wasn't it? Make some stuff up in the carousel tonight. Just kind of get chatting about some of the stuff that we've got. But yeah, let me know where you're watching from. It's yeah, I've got no plans this evening. It's currently 20 to 10 here in the UK. Which is a nice time of the evening. So I kind of thought I'd come on here, do some lives. I was on a live earlier talking about Amazon Live. So I thought I'd get into this and start. See how you doing? You have to excuse me slurping the tea. So let's get straight into it. My name's Grant Saunders. I'm an Amazon live streamer hypnotist. It's a bit unusual. Performer, live streamer. And yeah, it's all good fun. So what we're going to talk about, we're going to be talking about live streaming stuff, tech, and general chit chat, really. Here's one of the things I like to do. In the comment section, we will talk about anything and everything. So if you've got something on your mind, ask away, we will talk about it. I like to kind of focus on going live. Now, I don't just mean live streaming. I could also mean going live if you've got a live show you've got to do. If you've got to stand on a stage and talk, because that can be quite daunting for some people. I used to be the same. I used to have a horrific fear of public speaking, and now, well, to be honest, you can't really shut me up most days, which is quite good. So yeah, so we're going to talk about some stuff and some of the tech that I use as well. One of the things we'll be showing you, or one of the things we'll be showing you a few things. Let me just show you this. Pop that off there. So there we go. I'll be showing you some stuff around the stuff that I use, but the things that I use to show you is this camera here. Weirdly, there you go. You'll see it. This is the Logitech StreamCam. This is a brilliant external webcam. When you go for that first kind of upgrade in your camera, which is what this was, this is the camera that I went. It's got a really big sensor. Look at the size on that sensor on the front there. It's got a really nice feel to it as well. It's like a little fabric front on it. And it's nice and big there. So you've got a big lens, big sensor, and a couple of different adapters as well. So you can have it on a tripod or on a stand as well. What I tend to use this camera for these days now is my secondary camera for kind of showing you stuff. But look at the quality of that. You can see the dust on my Atem Mini. That's how good the quality is there. There's my Stream Deck as well. And look how well it actually kind of copes with the bright lights of this stuff as well. And just see my little Zen garden. There's my little Zen garden there at Be The Show. Now this was like the first external camera I got for my live stream. And just to show you what difference it makes, I'm going to get rid of this camera, which is my Canon camera here, and show you the inbuilt camera that you get. The inbuilt camera that is on the Mac. This is a 27-inch iMac. This is a good bit of kit. And we're well lit here as well, but that's the quality of that camera there. And if I just pop this up here like that, there you can really see the difference on that camera there. I'm looking directly into that camera now, and that's without doing any adjustments or anything like that. Do you know, if I actually can I just start to make it side by side perfectly? That's not bad. See, there's it. Look at the difference there. So on the left hand side here, let me just change the name of this now, Mac. What you see there on the left is the Mac, and on the right is the Stream Cam. Well, there as well, so you can see the difference. And again, with the Logitech Stream Cam, there's some great software, so you can go in and fine tune it, so you can really kind of see and feel the differences there as well. You can, when you go into the Logitech software, you can add filters, adjust the contrast, the color balance. You can really kind of mess around in there as well. This is it just plugged straight into the USB. But yeah, look at that, it's a massive difference. And that's the upgrade going from the inbuilt webcam that comes on the screen on this 27-inch Mac. Like I say, this is a great bit of kit, is this Mac. But you should imagine the webcam is, you know, the sensor on it, or the lens is only tiny. The sensor on it, again, is only small because it's built into the monitor itself. So you're actually limited as to what you can get, but you don't really notice the difference until you can notice the difference. So I always encourage people, like, one of the first things you can do when you start live streaming, even if it's just for your Zoom meetings, you know, anything like that, is to, you know, invest a little bit of money and get yourself a decent external dedicated webcam. You don't have to go all the way out and get all the cameras. I mean, I've got some amazing, you know, camera equipment now. I've got this Canon camera here, as well as I've got the Canon M50 as well downstairs, so the roaming camera. And I'm looking at adding another one because I think I'm just a bit addicted to cameras at the moment. And to be fair, it's one of those that you keep fine-tuning little things. When you start off, when you're just on this, you know, and it's just on that, that's good enough. You don't know there's any difference until you get something and you see the difference in quality there as well. I mean, look, that's actually the color of this t-shirt. That's the color. Whatever the color is on that Mac, that is not the color of this t-shirt. This is like an army green. So yeah, so once you upgrade a little bit, you kind of, it helps you fine tune and tweak the stuff you're looking for as well. So again, like I say, the difference with this is you've kind of got a really good sensor behind that as well, and a nice big lens to let in more light. And you can see the clarity, the focus on there. And again, both of them aren't too bad when it comes to that. Again, in the Logitech software, you can change your frames per second as well, which, you know, can make a big difference on how your stream looks. I'll talk to this camera here at the moment. So yeah. So if you are looking at kind of stepping it up a little bit, this is something I would highly recommend. The Logitech Stream Cam. What's cool about this particular thing as well is you can flip it on its side and record in portrait as well as landscape, which is a really cool thing to do. I'm a big fan of that. If you've got a particular look and feel of your computer, you can actually get a couple of different colors as well. The Logitech Stream Cam comes in both the dark grey, which is what this one is, and there's a light cream one as well. But yeah, click in the carousel, you'll get the stats and everything. Stereo microphone, high definition camera, and plug and play. Very, very simple. It's a USB-C on the end, as everything is these days now, but you can get a little adapter to fit that in a normal USB. But I'll take this back off now. Let me swap you over back to the other camera. There we go. Pull that back to being me. Let's put a capital G on there at least, shall we? Yeah? Where are you watching from, guys, as well? Let me know. It's always interesting to know how far away people are watching from, and if you're enjoying the stream as well. So I'll bring this stream cam back down here as well, because like I say, this is my showing stuff around camera at the moment. And that's the good thing with a lot of this stuff. I like to buy equipment that when I outgrow it, when I evolve, There we go, we're back here now. When I outgrow it and I evolve, I want it to be stuff that I can continue to use. So like now I've got my Canon camera here, which is a great video camera, a great camera for live streaming. And again, look how vivid and sharp that image is over there of the stream cam as it catches the stream deck there as well. So, you know, as I've grown, my secondary camera then becomes, you know, something else. So it's about evolving and making sure the stuff that you're using evolves with you as well. And again, like I said, in the actual app that it comes with, in the program that it comes with, you can add filters, text transitions, you can record in there, pretty much everything that you need to do. It's a really great bit of kit. And Logitech are, you know, world renowned. They're the name when it comes to external webcams. There's a few others coming through now. Elgato have got you know, a nice webcam out there now. But you know, Logitech, absolutely a powerhouse when it comes to live streaming and webcam stuff. The C920 that they had for years was the ultimate webcam. Again, not using this at the moment, but this is a great bit of kit. This is the Rode NT USB Mini. Oh, and we've got a new follower. Thank you very much for that follow, John. Let me just see if I can get this over here as well. John, where are you watching from? John W. Thank you very much for the follow. It does make, do you know what? Following really does help things out. So this is the Rode NT USB Mini. This was my first external microphone for exactly the same reason as we said earlier. You kind of get that difference in audio quality. I went from the inbuilt mic to the Rode NT. This I also use as my travel mic if I'm streaming on the road. Magnetic hold here. It's got the Rode branding on the top, which is great for if you've just got it just like that, just peeping in your stream. Like that podcaster look. I really do like that as well. Good solid weight to it. And I like this. If you look on the bottom of this base here, you've got that round rubber ring. That's not easy to see. That basically means if you've got it on your desktop and you're moving your mouse about and banging and clanging, it's still, that noise isn't going to transfer into the actual microphone itself. What's cool with this is, again, it's USB-C on the back, straight into it, no external power needed. And with the software that this comes with, the Rode Connect software, what's really cool with that is you can plug into four of these USB microphones. That gives you a really powerful podcasting setup without the cost. You've got the cost of these 4 microphones and that's it. So that if you're starting podcasting, that's a great way to get going. And it sets it up just like, it's like a mini Rodecaster, but just as a software version rather than the physical version. So I am a big fan of that. It just means you can, you can slowly grow and evolve your live streaming journey. You'd have to go out and staff thousands and thousands of dollars as well. A lot of the products that are in today's carousel, you'll notice that there's a bit of a deal on as well. So do take advantage of that as well. It was nice to go through the carousel early and see there's quite a few of these companies doing a bit of discount as well, which is interesting because we've got Prime Day coming up as well. So do follow me to come back for Prime Day because we've got some amazing stuff planned for that day indeed. Whilst we're talking about microphones, this is like the standard edition when it comes to live streamers at the moment. This is the Rode Wireless Go. This is an awesome bit of kit. And what's really cool about this is you can use this for both recording your videos if you're like a content creator, or if you want to live stream with these as well, you can do. You do need to get an extra cable, but I'll talk about that in a minute. What this is basically is you've got a receiver, which is this end here, and you've got a transmitter, which is this end here. So this can clip on your t-shirt or whatever you want like that. That transmits back to this. In fact, you know what? Let's switch it on so you can see what I mean. It switches on with just this little button. See that there? That switches the transmitter on. You'll see the little blue light start to flash there. On the top here, you'll see that little circle in the middle. That's the microphone head. That's the microphone there. So if you want to talk, you can talk like that. This is the receiver, so this sends the information there. Same thing, little button there, press that, you'll see it power up. And what's good is this on the receiver, you can see the signal and the battery life left in both the transmitter and the receiver. And watch, you can see those audio levels. So as I get closer there, you'll see it will shoot right up. There you go, you see. Now this can plug into your camera with the cable that it comes with, which is this cable. So that'll just go into the mic input on your video camera or anything like that. And it does a great job. There is nothing wrong with that. Oh, you get these with it as well. They're called Dead Cats. These just plug over that microphone bit there. What a horrible name, by the way, a Dead Cat. It's not a dead cat. It just gets rid of wind noise because the last thing you need is that. I don't know if that will do that on there, but you know what I mean. It got complicated for me when I wanted to start using these Rode Wireless Go's on my, like for my MacBook or in my iPhone for streaming such as this. And after doing a bit of research, I discovered that if you get this cable, which is also in the carousel somewhere, let me find it. But you know what, I'll find it in a bit. So basically using this cable, it means you can plug it into your phone or into your MacBook and you're good to go. The battery life on these is absolutely amazing. And one of the things I like about them as well is, again, USB-C charge. So I have a 4-port hub. I plug these in and that's its job. These have not been charged for a good couple of weeks now. I've not really used them much in that couple of weeks though, but you can still see there's over half left on each, the transmitter and receiver. So the battery life is really good on them. One of the things when I generally wear mine is because I don't really like that distracting me up here, is using the lavalier mic as well. So with that, what happens is this little mic bit just clips on here or wherever you want it on the lapel of your jacket, like that, you see. And then the other end of it just plugs into the 3.5mm socket there. And then this can then go on your belt out the way. And then you've got what looks like a more professional newsreader, newscaster, corporate look as well. And it gives you a bit more control because you can move the mic further away, closer away, however you want to do it. I really do like the lavalier mic. I think it just makes it look a bit more professional. It adds a bit more class to that stream as well. But it just depends what you're personally using it for. So yeah, I think that is important. And again, it's, you know, you got the Rode branding on here as well, and it's just discreet. If I had a jacket on, it could just clip onto the lapel of the jacket there like that, and you're not seeing it at all. But the microphone quality is just that little bit better, so I do like that. And again, with the clip, you can clip on anything. I've noticed like at conferences stuff where I've used this as well. You can clip it on the lanyard. So most of these, you know, you get your exhibitor lanyard or your speaker lanyard, it just clips on there nice and easily. And it just adds that little bit of extra, again, mic control, so you can get a bit closer, a bit further away. So I'm a big fan of that. Both of these kind of come in their own little carry case as well. Let me just wind this back up and then put it away and you'll see what I mean. So this goes in this little rolled bag here. It's, you know, it's a cheap little bag, but it's good for keeping it detangled and out of the way. And the Rode Wireless Go system, you'll see the Wireless Go can come in a couple of different colors as well. So if you know, there's a white one in the carousel. Let me just skip back to them as well whilst we're talking about them. These have got, this one's like a little neoprene bag, bit of Velcro on there. Love a bit of Velcro. And again, I'll just switch these off. You've got the transmitter. That's off, and then the receiver, that's off also. Brilliant. So they pack away nice and neatly in that little neoprene bag like that. And again, look at that. That is a wireless microphone and receiver in a tiny package like that. You know, when you look at that's my microphone and receiver for my show. Look at the size on it. It's massive. The range on them is absolutely phenomenal as well. I've used those in big conference centres and still had great range and good coverage for that. So yeah, absolutely amazing. On a similar note, but slightly different, we've got the Apple AirPods. Now these, again, multiple use, because if you are live streaming using your iPhone, which I highly recommend, most people have got an iPhone, they've got that type of kit already, and the phone quality is brilliant, but we'll talk about that in a minute. The problem with the iPhone is the microphone itself is a bit far away. So having these wireless AirPods Pro, it just means you've got a bit more kind of distance that you can work with. You can set your phone up in a tripod stand, you can stand further away, and you've got the microphone in these as well. The microphone's really good on these, and that's just for I always hate doing this on the live because I never know how it's going to pan out. So there we go. I believe now what you're listening to is the audio from the AirPods. So this is the microphone from the AirPods. You were listening to the Shure MV7, which is a very good microphone. So there's probably going to be a slight drop in quality. But let me show you the sound. Can you show sound? What I'm going to do is, this is the AirPods Pro. That's what you're listening to now. This is going to be the internal. This is the internal microphone on the iMac that you're listening to now. So again, this is the inbuilt mic versus the AirPods. Notice a slight difference in the quality of sound of that. But most importantly, this is for when you're out and about streaming, or if you're using your phone and getting away. What's great with these as well is they give you that option to, their AirPods Pro. So they've got a few different modes, but let me explain something. This housing unit here itself, nice size to it, by the way, less than the palm of a hand. I love everything that can be transported and moved around. I'm all about portability. Every time they go back in there, they're being recharged by that. This unit itself holds lots of charge, and so that works really well. The AirPods themselves, with them being the Pro, have what's called transparency mode, which is, I never used to like in-ear earbuds because I felt like I was disconnected from the world. Transparency mode means it lets in some of the ambient noise around you. So if you're like going for a jog or walking by the canal and there's cyclists, you can still hear what's going on around you. You can still hear the room, but you've still got that in there. That's transparency mode. Another mode that they've got, which is really good, is noise cancellation mode. That means it disconnects all of that noise and you're just hearing the pure audio in your ears as well. And a great feature that they have is, if you're a bit hard of hearing, or if you're in a busy environment like a restaurant or a meeting, you can actually use the microphone on your iPhone and have that come into these as well. So that's great for, like I do it if I'm at a restaurant and everyone's down the other end of the table. Because of the ambient noise, I can't hear anything. But I can take my phone out, slide it down that end of the table, and I can hear what's going on clearly then. Great for like big board meetings and stuff as well. Or if you're at a concert or a busy place and you can't hear the person, you can just pass them your phone and they can talk into your phone and they can hear you. If you wanted to and you were that way inclined, if you had some trust issues maybe, then you could also do the opposite. You could leave your phone on the side with your keys, leave the room and see what people are saying about you behind your back. But I would not recommend that. What I like about these, if I was on YouTube and I take these out, it pauses the video. And then when I put them back in, it plays the video automatically. It's stuff like that that makes these Apple products so intuitive and so good for stuff like that. So I'm going to put these away as well. The little comes with 3 different sizes. Oh, there we go. My computer's going daft because I've just stolen the microphone. There we go. You get 3 little rubber rings in the pack as well, so that you can actually kind of fine tune it so you get a really good feel for it as well. See if I can show you that whilst it's still there. Can you still see that? So it now shows you, when you open the pack, it shows you what battery you've got left in each unit. 27% left in the base unit, and each of the heads is on 99.9%, which is exactly what you would want. So yeah, and again, great USB-C again to charge them up. Perfect bit of kit. I really like these, and again, I like listening to my music. I'm a bit of an audio fan because music can really immerse you within that and change your mood. You know, if you're in a bit of a bad mood, and I'll be honest, this past week or so, I've been a bit down. I can change my playlist and it changes my mood instantly. And that's what we're looking for, that good quality audio as well. So obviously, you know, my name's Grant Saunders as well. It's always interesting to kind of get to know you guys, where you're from as well. Do follow me on my socials, but get in the chat. Let's talk. Let's find out what your interests are, what you're looking for in your live streaming journey. And when I say live streaming, I mean Zoom meetings, team meetings, Facebook lives, TikToks, any of those things. I'm loving TikTok at the moment. It's a great audience base there. It's where I put my silly videos from the shows. I've just had one video that went up last week. In fact, just over a week ago, and it's had 110,000 views, which I kind of think that's just crazy. So yeah. So getting into it, bit practical, but really important. Western Digital My Passport 2 terabyte hard drive. Not massive, but great capacity. USB. No external power needed, which I always love stuff that I don't need extra power on. If I'm out in the field, if I'm doing stuff, if I'm creating content, if I'm live streaming an event or anything like that, I'll back up everything to this. Then when I get back to the office, it all gets backed up onto my main kind of my book Western Digital backup. Because if you are out and about doing stuff, you don't want to lose what you've created. You don't want to risk losing it. You don't want to lose it on a flash drive, on a camera or anything like that. Get it backed up as soon as you possibly can. And this is a fantastic bit of kit. And look at it, it's tiny. It fits in my suit pocket. It travels with me everywhere. So when I am traveling, performing, this goes in my my cabin bag so that it's not left in the hold. So all my show assets are kept on here as well. Really great bit of kit. And again, essential. When you've got to back up your stuff, you've got to. It only happens to you maybe once or twice in your life when you lose everything. And from that moment on, you're like, I wish I would have backed up, and back up regularly. It is so important, because if you don't, when we all have it, like the photos and videos we've got on our iPhones, on our computers, on our laptops, family, friends, pets, moments that can never be kind of remade. That moment is gone forever. If you lose it, you know what I mean, it's just it doesn't bear thinking about. And for the sake of, you know, a few dollars, get your stuff backed up. Here, end of the lecture from Grant. But it's just so important. I had it happen to me once. A laptop got stolen, and I didn't have it backed up, and I was devastated. And don't get me wrong, you can back up to the cloud now, which is great. But sometimes when I'm traveling, I've not got access to the internet, or some of the times in some of the countries, you've got access to the internet, but the data costs are astronomical. I think $8 a megabyte I was once charged. A megabyte. So yeah, that was an expensive WhatsApp interaction. Literally, I had the team sending me some pictures over WhatsApp, and I think it cost me a silly amount of money, really. But that only happens once. Lesson learned for me there as well. So yeah, Western Digital My Passport. Make sure you back that stuff up. Here's a great bit of kit. I love this bit of kit, to be fair. Let me just bring it up on screen again now. This is the Stream Deck. This is really cool for not just for if you're a live streamer, although that does help. Have you seen the screensaver I've got on there? That is Benjamin Franklin's eyes, just to remind me that this is about work, rise and grind and all that lot. You know, I like to work hard. I enjoy my work. That's important. But I've got these things here as a prompt, as a symbol, a token to remind me it's about working hard. So I press that, it'll bring up a few screens here. Oh, price of XRP is up. That's not bad, do. So as you see, I've got a few buttons here, and like you'll see, they're interactive as well. Each one of those buttons is an OLED screen. Hello. Yeah, how are you? It is Amit. Absolute pleasure to have you in the chat, Amit. Hopefully you are well. Let's see if I can bring this up here. So yeah, do drop me a follow if you don't follow already, Amit. So yes, you've got you've got these screens here. So that's interactive. That top left button is connecting to a crypto exchange and letting me know the price of XRP live. So that's there as well. Next to that, I've got Final Cut, Messenger, Photoshop, Google, a few other bits and bobs, some websites, some stats, BeLive, which is the platform I use for streaming, which is a great platform, Amazon, YouTube, other bits and bobs, Eventbrite, Messenger, and Twitter. Does anyone use Twitter anymore? Next to that as well, I've got some certain things here as well, some buttons to make some noises. And some buttons to do some other bits and bobs whilst we are midstream. The Stream Deck really does streamline your workflow. So not just for whilst you're gaming and streaming, but also for anything that's got a hotkey, a shortcut, macros, any of that stuff, you can load them into one of these buttons. If you're generally using like Excel and you've got a certain formula that you got to do, you can load that shortcut onto one of these buttons. If you've got Philips Hue lighting, you can load that onto the Stream Deck and adjust that using this as well. It's a fantastic bit of kit. Comes with this nice little cradle, this holder, which I didn't know when I bought mine. I thought I was going to buy one extra, but it comes with it. And it's USB. And you know what? It makes your setup look cool as well. So look at that. There you go. You see. So when I come into the office, I can just press those buttons, see that stuff, and it's all there, streamlined, nice and simple for me. That is the Elgato Stream Deck. Do click in the carousel if you want more information on this stuff. But it is a great bit of kit. Let me just move my mouse around here. As it moves everything around, then there we go. So yeah, so let me know where you're like I say, where you're watching from. Let me just adjust this, just adjusting something midstream, which is always interesting to do. That might fix that. Will it? I don't know. I did a live earlier, and I'm not joking. I consider myself quite proficient at this stuff, but just as I was about to go live, I unplugged the cable. Nightmare. Not good. Amateur hour. So yeah, let me pop this on here as well so I can... there we go. There we go. That looks a little bit better. That looks a bit better. So yeah, Elgato Stream Deck. Really love this. It's a cool bit of kit as well. So it makes it look like your work area look a little bit nicer. So it's a really great bit of kit, but this is used mainly for like live events if I'm doing those as well. But let me just show it you. I've referenced it a little bit earlier on as well. This is the Blackmagic ATEM Mini Pro. This is a lovely bit of kit, and this it's a 4-unit HDMI switcher. And there we go. Now on there you'll see, let me explain a couple of things as well. These two here, both that say off here, this one and that one, they are in relation to the audio. So there's two audio inputs, 3.5mm inputs on the back there. Let me go back on that, them two. They are for the audio, and the up and down arrows are to control the actual audio itself. Underneath that, these buttons here, these are in reference to the audio for each particular channel. So what you'll see is you've got a AFV. AFV means audio follows video. So that means as you switch from camera 1, 2, 3, or 4, the audio will follow with that. Reset on, off, up, down. So you can have it forced that just one is on as well. And you'll see the big buttons at the bottom here. Red one is for the one that is live. 2 is for the what is loaded up in the preview. And 3 and 4 have got nothing on there at the moment. Where it gets really interesting is you got this here. This is like the picture in picture. All of this is being processed as well within the Blackmagic ATEM Mini Pro. And then underneath that, you've got the transitions. So you can see the duration of the transition and the effect itself. And that's all, again, being controlled on the Blackmagic ATEM Mini Pro. And then as you come over, you've just got 1, 2, 3, 4, MV, which is multi-view, and then program. This really is a great bit of kit. Again, for if you're live streaming live events, it is great. And again, whilst we're doing stuff like this, it can be really set up to look good as well. I normally have a couple of different things set up for this, but again, tonight I'm kind of doing things a little bit differently, I think. So yeah, Now it's a 4-unit HDMI switcher. So what does that mean? That means it takes 4 HDMI inputs. So if you've got a couple of different cameras, generally you would need like a capture card anyway to take that HDMI. With this, you don't need that. This in itself is the HDMI unit. You don't need to transfer it into USB. The 4 HDMI inputs go straight into here. Now, I call them inputs because they're not just about cameras. You could have your phone in there if you've got a HDMI input, your computer, if you have, in fact, that's what I've got on here now. If I do that and that, there you go, that's my computer screen. Let's go back there. And again, that transition, let me just, I'll take that time over, move this over. And again, my sound might go off as I do this, but let's just carry on regardless. There we go. And these transitions are being done by the unit itself. This is not using any processing power from my computer. And again, you can adjust the time. So 0.5 seconds, bit quicker, all the way up to 2 seconds. So it can take its time. Hello again, and be a bit slower. And again, you've got a few different styles of that. What's this one? Let's try this one. Oh, that's lovely, is that? What's this one? This is an up and downy one. Lovely. So all of that's been done on there. I like to have the mix one. Mix is a little bit better for me, where you kind of fade and then fade back in again. So all of that is being processed and run via the Atem Mini Blackmagic. What's cool about this as well, it's got a USB-C out, which goes straight to a hard drive so it can record your feed. Also, it comes out of here into the computer, and the computer sees it as a webcam, as a USB in, as a webcam. And so your computer just sees one camera, and all the other feeds are being controlled via this unit. Whereas before, if you've got a few different units, a few different cameras going into your computer and then running it that way, they're all being processed at the same time, really kind of churning into those resources. Done in this way, it really does help. One of the things that separate the Atem Mini versus the Atem Mini Pro is it's got the HDMI output, which then goes to this monitor over here. So you've got the multi-view, and for me, this was the big seller for this. That multi, you can see there, look, camera 1, camera 2, camera 3 and 4, there's nothing on there. But again, look, I've got a visual thing here on the audio. So that's the audio on this camera here. So if I tap that, you can see that there. So I can see the audio inputs. I can see everything I need to see. I can see the preview window of what's coming up next. So if I'm at a live event, one of the cameras looks interesting, I can put it onto preview, and then I can see, or maybe not put that on the big screen. So for me, that was one of the biggest sellers for this, is having that ability, because it means whilst I'm live as well, I can have my, my Mac here in front of me. There we go. I've got my switcher and my Stream Deck right here. And then just off camera here, I've got my multi-view monitor. And then just there, I have got my camera and mic and everything else here. So I've got everything I need right in front of me here as well. So that is a great bit of kit. But yeah, that is the Atem Mini Pro Blackmagic design. Really fantastic bit of kit. Big fan of that indeed. In fact, I'll bring up a link to the, in fact, whilst we're here as well, I was talking about that SC7 cable earlier. I want to quickly talk about it before I forget. The SC7 cable, unlike the other one, look, you've got 2 rings here, and then you've got 3 rings there. And that's because on your phone or in your MacBook, on that 3.5mm input, that's expecting a microphone and headphones, just like these, microphone and headphones. Whereas this is just a microphone. So it takes it from 2 to 3. So that's a TRS to TRRS. And that enables you to use the Rode Wireless Go from earlier with your computer, with your MacBook, with your phone as well. So yeah, really great bit of kit. Another interesting bit of kit that I generally start with this as well is this acoustic foam. The thing with the acoustic foam is, like, the environment I'm in right now, it's not too bad because of this mic, but I've got a flat wall here. In fact, let me show you. Look, I've got a flat wall right there. It's a great bit of advice there, by the way, in case you're, there you go. Develop your communication skills. Once you open your mouth, you tell the world who you are. Very wise words. So yeah, flat, hard wall there. Behind me, I've got this great backdrop here, but it's still a flat, hard wall. To the right of me here, there is a flat, hard wall. And then in front of me, I've got this monitor and this monitor, flat, hard walls, flat ceiling, flat, hard surface desk here. What does that mean? That means the sound is bouncing off all of these surfaces and then going into this microphone here, as well as my actual physical sound. Having this acoustic foam, you have some of this on these side walls here, which I've not, because I've got it off to show you. What happens is the sound hits in here, gets absorbed into this foam. Whatever's left goes into this top bit of foam. This dampens all of that sound down. So it means you get a better audio going into the microphone. It's a pack of 12 for less than, I mean, it's, in fact, if you have a look at that now, right now, this is discounted quite well. It's normally $22. It's 16, just over $16 for a pack of 12. It looks cool to have this as well. Different angles like that. So you have some horizontally, some vertically. This also has the added benefit of kind of capturing those random sound waves as they go in different directions, and it looks quite cool. So if you've got a dedicated streaming area where you normally are, it does kind of look a little bit cool to have that on the walls, and you'll find you get a better sound quality. If, like me, you are, you know, using your mics and stuff in your studio space to record, I record MP3s like for personal development stuff for clients. Having that stuff on the walls really does give you that crisp, beautiful sound, which is what you really want if you're kind of doing stuff professionally. Talking of good sound, the microphone I'm currently using, this is my upgrade. I love this mic. This is a Shure MV7. Again, if you look in the carousel at that, $219 was $250. I paid $250 for mine, and it's great. One of the things I love about this is, you look, see the lights here? Hello. Look, you'll see the lights there, and they jump up and down. That's the live level meters. That bar on the top of there as well can also be used for adjusting the mix if you've got the headphones in there as well. This is a great microphone. It's got that really good sturdy build to it as well. I have it on a desktop mount here. I am looking for a boom arm for it. So if you've got any recommendations of a good boom arm, but I want a good one, you can have that kind of coming in like those podcasters as well. It is designed for podcasters and the likes in mind. So it is designed to kind of get rid of that background noise. And this is a great microphone. That's what you're listening to now. Let me just check that it is actually. As we go in there. Yeah, we're now listening to that. And that's the sound quality on this. It's brilliant. One of the things I love about this, because I do live events as well as streaming events, and like hybrid events now, which is getting really popular, is this is both USB. You'll see from the back there, look, this is both USB and XLR, which is really cool. So that means if I wanted to, if I could plug this into XLR and plug it into my live desk, I have an Allen & Heath Z10, I can plug it into there and use it as a live microphone, or can plug the USB in like I've done here, and it be a USB microphone as well. It makes it really versatile. And again, it means that it can grow with me as my live streamings develop and grow. It can grow with me as well. So yeah, do let me know if this is making sense, and give me a follow. It's always nice to get that, you know, the notification of a follow, because I mean, if you follow me, I don't get any of your data or anything like that. It just means Amazon know that you enjoy these streams. And then in the future, if you want to come back and find me, it's easier to find me if you're doing that as well. So yeah, really interesting. And yeah, if you have any interest in any of the items in the carousel, then hit me up, ask me some questions. We can go straight to that item. We don't mind swipping and flopping. Swipping and flopping? Is that even, that's not the even right word, is it? Swapping and flipping. There we go. It's been a long day. Swapping and flipping around to kind of get that stuff right for you. So yeah, Shure MV7, USB and XLR microphone. iPads, really, really great bit of kit. This is a mini, this one actually. But this is great for anything when it comes to going live. You can put your show information on here. You can put your show notes on here. You can do anything and everything you want with this. What's cool with it that I really like is we talk about tools being versatile and being able to swap them around and do different things. This is one where when it comes to live events, I can literally be on reception when people are coming in, and I can be using this to scan their tickets via the Eventbrite app that I have on here. If they've not got tickets when they get to the door, again, via the app, I can get them to purchase and register for tickets on here as well. When I'm physically doing the show, I can have all my show details and the skits and the routines are on here as well. Whilst doing that, because I've got it in front of me, when you're holding an iPad, when you're presenting, it doesn't look amateur. It's like the new clipboard. It makes it look like you've got your finger on the pulse of information. But it also means that mid-show, I can say to the audience, guys, if you're enjoying yourself, we're just going to have some pictures taken for Instagram. Pop it up. That's my photo noise. Take a picture or short video clip, and you've got that there as well. If I'm doing a workshop or a training, I'll pass this around and get them to put their email list or their emails in a list building software that I've got on here as well. It's such a versatile tool. And here's the thing, as well as doing all of that, I can also check my social medias, watch Netflix, watch Amazon Prime, watch Amazon Live, do everything else that you would normally do on this as well. It makes it a really, really cool, really cool bit of kit for that. So yeah, absolutely. And again, something that you can use for multiple uses as you continue on. So yeah, let me just put that back over there so I don't lose it. I'm always losing these types of things as well. So yeah, great for traveling. You know, especially some of the budget airlines that don't have the TVs on, which is, I don't really like doing them, but to have that with you, you've got it, and it is great. A great bit of kit, and again, perfect for that is this. This is the lightning cable to HDMI. So this basically plugs into your phone, or do you know what? Let me just show you. Let's do it whilst we're live, and because it's using some of the stuff we're talking about. So if I plug in here, so you just see me plug into the bottom there now as well. Not now. Now I've got a spare HDMI cable here, as if by magic. So I'll now put that into here. So what that's now done is that's now, you'll see there, that's now on camera 3. So let's get something interesting up. It's always interesting, this. Selfies. No. Screenshots. No. We're not going recently deleted because anything could be in there. So there we go. Let's just look at this, and we'll do this as a demonstration. So there we go. So you'll see now that that's on there. And now I've got images on here. So let's say I was doing a talk or a workshop. I can have my PowerPoint on here, plugged into this, a HDMI into like a big screen TV, into the projector, into the big video wall, whatever it is you want. And I can flip through. It says I can flip through and control that presentation as if I was using my iPad. Now, let's see what that looks like on here. So let's just show this as well. I'll now just put this onto camera 3. You'll see it move over here now. So camera 3 is this. You'll see it's just popped up into the preview window there. And let's make it the main one. So now I can move all this stuff around, flip to the next things, and I've got that full control over all of it. I can talk about Alan and his bits and bobs there. And we're back in the room. So now all my stuff, my presentation can be on here. So if I'm traveling and I'm a bit worried that I might get there and the equipment doesn't work, I've got all of this stuff, the iPad, this, a spare HDMI cable. If they kind of go, oh, our projector's not working or this isn't working, you can go, it doesn't matter. I'll put this and we can just go into this 40-inch TV on this back wall here and they can do the presentation that way. And what's nice is rather than like the going into a projector from your laptop with the little clicker thing, it gives you that finger control like on the iPod where you can zoom in and out on stuff. So you can really, drive your point home by zooming in with your fingers. And again, it makes you look really cool as well. So that is a great tip as well, to kind of take those extra cables, HDMI cable, that little nubbin along with you, because always be prepared. One of the main things I've learned about going live, not just live streaming and live performances, is anything that can happen is probably going to happen. And just when you think you're confident that everything's happened, something else weird will happen. I've had it all happen to me. I had my pants pulled down on stage once. That was ridiculous. Stood there addressing 200 people. Someone snuck up behind me and just, it's called kegging. So anyway, Apple Watch. Apple Watch is a really great tool. One, you'll see there I've got my rings. So it's good for monitoring your health. It's great for if somebody sends you a message, it can appear on your phone here. It's got Siri on there as well, which just popped up as well. It's just a really great tool to help you kind of get through the stuff that you're doing. Monitors your health and your fitness. It even tells you when to stand up and breathe, which I think is craziness. But still really good as well. Nice on the back, it's got these weird things, and what that does is that kind of does something to check your heart rate. And weirdly, a friend of mine was telling me that he believes that his Apple Watch actually saved his life. Just put my code back in. Close your eyes. There we go. He fell asleep with his Apple Watch on, and when he woke up in the morning, it gave him a little warning to say he had an irregular heartbeat. This happened a couple of nights on the trot. During the day, there was nothing, but on the night time, it came up. Contacted his doctor, and his doctor's like, yeah, you've got a irregular heartbeat when you're sleeping. And so because of that, he's now getting treatment and everything's fine. That is not medical advice. That is just a story of something that happened. Cool thing with these, you can set up your Apple Pay, so you can just pay for stuff just like that. You can even answer your phone on here as well. I have mine set up to unlock my Mac or my MacBook when I sit down, when this is in proximity to this as well. So it's really cool. And a lot of the fitness apps are all on here as well. You can also use it as a remote for your camera. So again, if you set your iPhone up in a tripod, you can use this. You can monitor what's going on. You can see it on your screen, and then you can take your picture using this as the remote for that. It's one of the great things about Apple. Everything just works seamlessly within each other as well, which I absolutely love. I showed it you earlier. I'll show it you again. This is the Philips monitor. I use this particular monitor just for this. I could plug it in as a second monitor for my computer, but as you'll see, it's a big enough screen as it is. I don't really need to kind of do that. But having this, it's a Philips monitor, so you know it's good quality. It's nice and flat, great contrast, and perfect for this for live events, because sometimes I can be in a really bright environment. So this works really well. It's desk mounted at the moment, but you can take that off and pole mount it. So if I'm doing some of the external events, we have a media hut, these monitors get mounted on poles within there, so we can see everything that's going on as well. Something we've been mentioning a few times tonight, and it's the iPhone 12. For me, the 12 onwards is when the camera on these got absolutely exceptional. The camera quality on them is brilliant. In fact, can I, let's see if I can be clever. See if I can be clever. I don't know if I can. Sometimes I try and be clever and it will bite me on my bum. What is it doing? Is it doing anything? No, that's not what I want it to do. Doing this whilst we're live. Thank you for the No. We're trying it. No, I was trying to be clever then, but I'm trying to log into my own account whilst my own account is logged in. Yeah, so the camera quality in these is exceptional. It means that no matter where you are, no matter what you're doing, you can go live and do really well. And for a lot of people that are nervous presenters, to have a phone with you with a good camera on it like this means, you know, if you've got a moment, let's say you've got a presentation you've got to practice for, rehearse for, whether it be at work or for whatever the purpose. By having this, you can set it up in your tripod or whatever, and you can go through your presentation, you can practice. Then you can watch it back. And this is important, watch it back with an open mind. Because by practicing on the phone, it stops you from walking up and down and pacing, which is what a lot of nervous presenters do. It also means that you you'll see what you do that you're not aware of what you're doing. And this is a lot of people, when they're presenting, they're not consciously aware of the extra things, where their arms going, what are they doing? So you can watch it back and go, oh, I quite liked how I said that, but I don't like what I'm doing with my hands here. I don't like why I'm stood like that. Why am I doing this? Why am I doing that? So it gives you that opportunity to not just rehearse the words that you're going to say, but how you're going to stand, how you're going to frame yourself, what you're going to do with your head. And all of these things help you polish your performance. And that's really important. It also means once you get accustomed to presenting and doing those types of things, it also means that if you're out and about at a concert in the town centre or something's going on that's quite interesting, you can get your phone out, start recording. And you've got that thing there to kind of, again, you don't have to put it anywhere. You can just practice with it. Or if you want to, once you start going live, that's exactly what you can do. Like, hi, ladies and gentlemen, this is Grant Saunders. I'm just coming to you live from Johnson & Saunders Studios, where we're talking about Amazon Live and this, that, and other. You can then really kind of start putting your stuff out there and start presenting. Even if you're presenting to an audience of one, it doesn't matter, because the more you do it, the better you get at it. And the better you get at it, the more you'll want to do. And then eventually it just becomes second nature. You're not stressing or worrying or nervous about it, because you're just practicing. It's also got a great camera on here. The only thing I would suggest is, if you are going to start doing it more and more, is look at getting that external microphone like the Rode Wireless, or even one of these plugged into the bottom. You know, it's a great little microphone on there as well, and it just gives you that extra bit of space. Something that I love, and if you watch my streams regularly, they're generally lit up in the downstairs. These are stage lights. What's cool about these is, I mean, they're great stage lights. So if you are some kind of entertainer or anything like that, great for having a bank of 4 of them on a lighting bar, lighting up your stage, making your stuff look good. Here's the cool thing, though. You don't necessarily have to be a singer or a comedian to have that. Let's say you are some kind of public speaker, you're doing a talk or a presentation. To just add that extra element of coloured light just adds an extra dimension of depth to your presentation. It changes the mood. It makes it look more, it gives it more impact. And it doesn't matter what you're talking about. This next month's KPIs, whatever it is, if you want a Zoom meeting to have your backdrop lit up in like interesting colors, brand colors, you can do that. So what you've got on here is 36 1-watt LEDs. It's a plastic housing unit, so it's lightweight. You've got 2 metal legs here. If you're mounting it on a lighting stand, you've got the little bolt hole here, and they go together. Or if you want, and this is what I like to do, you can separate those legs apart like that, and it becomes floor standing, and then this can then light up the wall or anything. Great for lighting up if you've got like a shelving unit, like I've got a shelving unit over here. Great for lighting up the shelving unit. Great for lighting up corners, anything architectural. Perfect for that. On the back, let me talk you through what's going on the back here as well. You've got these 2 inputs here. This is for DMX. DMX is the language for controlling the light. So if you've got a DMX controller, you can then use that controller to control these lights. If not, you can do what's called master and slave, which is where one light controls the others. Apart from that as well, you've got this unit here with these 4 buttons, so you can go into all the different modes. You can set the color, the intensity, the program, how it changes, how it flashes, all of that. And you got a little microphone on the end here for sound to light, so you can really kind of ramp that up. It is great. There is 9 different modes on there, And it really does. The amount of compliments I get on my streams, just because I have 2 of these lights. You get 4 in the pack, but 2. One in purple, one in pink behind me, just adding a bit of contrast, and it makes a massive difference. So I'm a big fan of them. And let me just show you this as well. This is the Square app. So it's Square card reader. Basically, this connects to my phone as an app. If I'm selling USB personal development USB sticks or show deposits after the show, I can put them on that app. The customer taps their card on here or slides it into the bottom here for chip and pin, and then it takes care of everything else. It sends the customer a receipt, it takes the payment, the money's in my bank in a couple of days' time. Great if you're doing trade shows, craft fairs, or anything like that. You know, whatever your side hustle is, whatever your little business is, having something like that, the ability that you can take deposits, you can confirm payment, you can make sales right there and then. And look at the size of it. It is tiny, but very, very powerful indeed. And again, you know, we are pretty much cashless at the moment, so that really does kind of make a big difference. Hopefully you guys are enjoying this stream as well. It's one of those that we like to talk about the tech and the stuff that's going on. And whilst we're here, it'd be remiss of me to not mention this. Think and Grow Rich, Napoleon Hill. If you are a bit of an entrepreneur, if you are into personal development, if you are into kind of growing your, you know, mental as well as financial prowess, then this is an essential book. Probably one of the biggest, most popular, over 50 million copies sold worldwide. It is a phenomenal book. Every entrepreneur I know of recommends this book. What is this? What is in the middle here? Oh, that's a little thing that I've got in there. Really great read. Definitely give it a go. If you are looking at kind of growing your mindset, if you're on about kind of literally changing those money blocks that you may have so that you can be open to becoming more successful, this is the book to do that. Big fan of that. So guys, hopefully you have enjoyed this stream. I may go back to the beginning and start again, or I may go to the gym. I don't know. What do you think? I think it's time to go to the gym. It is 20 to 11 p.m. here in the UK. Thank you very much for joining me. Hopefully you'll have a great day. I no doubt we shall see you tomorrow, Friday. See what we can get done for Friday. I've really enjoyed tonight. Hopefully you have too. Please do give me a follow, and I shall see you again really soon. Take care. Good night and God bless.